together. Let's! Hi everyone. Okay, lesson number 1 for the distance learning for Jeckel-Ryu Jujitsu and Kali. Okay, this is my son Noah. He's going to be helping me out today. Today, we're going to be covering up a few good topics. 1, we're going to talk about some striking, some grappling, and then later on some weapons. Okay? So, that being said, let's begin. All right? When we're talking, let's talk about the elephant in the room, blocking. So many martial artists out there say blocking has no use in today's format. I'm sorry, I disagree. Okay? It does, however, need to be modified. Absolutely. Art only continues to thrive when there's been appropriate change. All right? So, that being said, let's begin. Okay, we're going to talk about 2 blocks today. We're going to address it in 2 different manners. The upper block and lower block. We're going to address it in the concept of an offensive attack and also as a dead arm block. Okay? It's going to cover 5 or 6 different angles. It's pretty cool actually. So, my partner Noah here, he's going to go in and first we're going to work off the hook. Let's talk about the dead arm block actually to begin with. Okay? Very simple. Your hands are going to be up. You're going to shoot to the left. 1, go to the right. 1, 2. You can close your hands or keep them open depending on what you're going to do next. Let's start with closing the fist. 1, 2, 1, 2. Same thing for the lower block. And it's not, I'm not doing a power block. I'm literally shooting the arm out there and conditioning my arm with my partner. Or if I'm alone, maybe go to a corner of a wall and start rubbing the forearm. And breathe. Okay? That being said, let's apply this. He shoots in for that first hook. Did you hear that nice little connection? How did it feel?
It hurt a little.
It's a dead arm block. How many of those do you want to take in a fight?
None, I would say.
Absolutely not. So but you want your conditioning, he's getting conditioning too. Okay? And this technique you see with like Michael Di Pasquale's stuff. Okay? When I saw Sophie Michael Di Pasquale use this, I'm like, I have to incorporate this. I love these concepts. So that's what ended up happening. So again, other sides are going to go 1, 2, 3. And notice, he's not getting to my head. Go low now, same thing. 1, 2, 1, 2. He's not reaching because I'm doing what's called a limb destruction. Okay? It's kind of like this. I want to, instead of him trying to reach my body or my head, I want to reach the weapon. I want to destroy the weapon before the tank starts to shoot the missiles. Okay? I'm safe in that matter. Now let's talk about the other side of that coin. The going to the head as a offensive movement. You may have this as a cross or a very heavy straight hand from the left. Like a jab, or a person who doesn't know how to jab, they're going to throw maybe a potential really heavy lead hand. Okay? This is where this can apply. Likewise, a body shot. Okay? So traditionally, let's talk about this going with the cross. This is your traditional rising upper block. Okay? Not saying that doesn't work. I'm never going to say the word never because there's a chance that anything could work. Okay? But I want to make sure that when I'm doing this technique, I want him to know that his attack has been interrupted. Okay? I want to be protected. So, as slowly he's coming forward, it's like I'm jabbing to the top part of his head. I see this coming in. Boom. Now look at this. I'm protected because his hand's now going off at a different trajectory. Okay? Very similar, like when we're doing an Aikido, same exact thing. Same exact thing when we're doing Shomanuchi. Okay? But we're using Jodan Uke to come in, to go through. Same thing with the body shot. I'm not going to go low, or traditionally it's low block rising up. coming straight down, okay? And notice, I'm not in this big stance. Jeckel-Ryu Jujitsu, except for in some of the katas, we don't do big stances because we want movement. You can't do big movement or a fast movement when you have to waddle like a duck. It's just not going to happen. You have to be more like a bunny. Short stance to where you can move. Okay? So, if it's coming from the lower body shot, same exact thing. I'm doing like a jab as you're coming in, and that's what moves him. Okay? So, again, slowly, first in normal speed, dead arm blocks. 1, 2, low. 1, 2, head. 1, 2, lower body. 3. If it works on the other side, go to the other side, please. There you go. All right. That covers the blocking portion. Striking portion. Noah's actually going to be the one demonstrating this. I'm just going to call it out. Hopefully, you know how to make a fist. If you don't, crinkle the fingers, roll the thumb in, and we're going to hit with the knuckles. Okay, the two main knuckles, because there's two types of strikes. You have penetrative strikes and concussive strikes. Penetrative strikes use the two major knuckles, like in karate, taekwondo, anything that's striking with the major two knuckles. However, concussive is where you're using the three knuckle contact. This is typically boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, Muay Brahm. And you're hitting for areas that which are easy to move. The jawline, the body, in regards to like the ribs, okay? Something that you're not going to major damage your hand on, okay? But you have to be careful with that, because if you do end up hitting a harder part of the body, chances of breaking. Very simple, okay? But today we're going to work on the vertical fist, okay? We're going to take this into number 1, a boxing, and 2, a trapping / chain punching, okay? So, he's getting in his nice forward stance, ready to go. He's covering his face. His lead hand is just going to shoot straight out with that vertical punch. And he's going to breathe. Same thing with the cross. It's the same technique, just left versus right. Elbows are in, but he's shooting for a similar target. Okay? That facial structure. Go. 1, 2. 1. He's going to tuck his chin in a little bit. Good. Notice how he's moving with this. Now, now the next drill is to move around a little bit. Shoot both hands. Okay, just like a boxer or a kickboxer uses their footwork to work on their jabbing concepts. Same exact thing. Raise it up for your partner. Don't go yet. Good. You ever seen this? Jab, jab, cross? Same exact concept. Or jab, cross, jab. Or jab, jab, jab. It's all about what you're working with. Now, let's take this into mixing the two together. He shoots that cross in. Oh, I've done the upper block. Great. Now we're going to take it into a chain punching concept. Trap, I'm not grabbing, pushing it down. 1, 2, 3. Let's put this into a little more fluid manner. Now notice, I'm not making contact just yet. No. When you're a training partner, you gotta be mindful about this. Safety first always goes. But when you are in a self-defense situation, each one of these punches, 1, 2, 3, is going to the same target, that facial structure. Okay? Now it could go to the face, or if he's coming low, solar plexus, or mix it up. Be ready to move. right there, we've incorporated striking and blocking. But this wouldn't be a complete martial art if we didn't do any kicking. The kick I want you to learn in this lesson video is the outer cut kick. Now, there are 3 ways to roughly do a cut kick. Tonight we're going to talk about one of the more devastating ones. He's going to kick with his shin. And don't worry, it's about 106, 107 out right now. He's getting a good workout. Okay? So, he's going to raise his rear leg up, and he's going to attack what would be the thigh. Okay? Don Wilson, or Don the Dragon Wilson, once said in an interview, 3 of these you'll take in a match. After that, it's going to destroy the leg. And it truly does hurt. So as he's going in, now listen to the power. He's going to breathe, but listen to the power of his strike as he's going in. So show it slowly. So as he steps out, so step out a little bit more. Boom. And comes down a little bit more. Boom. And he uses that to push himself back. Okay? So as he's going down, he's going to push off the leg and go right back. That way he's ready to go. One more time. Good. And nice. All right. We've covered what I want you to work on this week for the blocking. We've covered what I want you to work on for the striking. For the hands, just one technique, but applied in 3 different manners. The jab, the cross, and the chain punching. One little note I want to put on the chain punching is this. Bring the hand only back to the elbow, and then it shoots right over, okay? You'll see this exact concept in Wing Chun, as in Jeet Kune Do, etc. My father loved this technique, especially whenever we try to spar. He would trap the hand and bump, boom, go straight in. It was actually really annoying, to be perfectly 100% honest. Because when you're trying to learn how to spar your instructor, and he's always getting you with the same technique over and over again, it's annoying. Another thing that was beautiful is shooting that vertical jab. My father used to use that in a lot of kumites when he was working with Shotokan fighters. And there's one particular individual that he would do this with. He always would get them so frustrated with it because it was acting just like a boxer's jab. Okay? It was always annoying. Now, let's talk about the grappling. Okay, this is Jiu-Jitsu after all. We're going to go through 1 setup, 3 techniques. Okay? The setup is pretty simple. It's a swimming motion. So as we get into that clinch-wise, okay, one person has the back of the head, other person's here. Now, here's the problem. The individual who has both arms on the inside of the opponent wins if they're quick enough. You want to be the one to stop him from going in. So this arm is going to cut, going through, and grab. He's going to go to the other side. 1, 2, 3. It's like I'm swimming through the water. Same exact thing here. 1, 2. Now I have him. Okay? Now, one more time slowly. When you're practicing a solo. Okay? 1, 2. Now, let's talk about technique-wise. 3 techniques we talked about. First one, hip throw. This was actually the first throw I ever taught my son here. Because it is so vital, it's so important, and it's so effective. If you get your hips underneath his, you're going to launch him, flip him like a pancake. Okay? So if we're going in here, 1, I'm holding on now. So I've started to do the swim. Instead of going all the way through, I have transitioned to grabbing his arm. Other hand, going behind him, underneath and throw. One more time. Notice, keeping this out. This is now my entryway. Securing him. Now, if you're training with a partner, hold on to his arm. Give him a little bit of a way to fall correctly. On the street, you may need to throw him and then move on to the next attacker. Okay? So, we're coming in. 1. Putting my head to the side. Reason, you may be fighting a left leg. He's going to come headbutt you. That's not going to be fun. Keep your head safe. Notice, I went down low and guided him with my arm and my hip at the same time. Okay? That's number 1. The Japanese refer to this as ogoshi. Okay? Hip throw. That was technique number 1. Technique number 2. Very, very similar. We're here. 1. Now, if you miss him, go to the closest part of the body and start going down. So one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, make sure you have a good grip. Good grip. Sorry. So right here, arm coming underneath. Same exact setup, but for a shoulder throw. So again. And 1. Make sure your head's out of the way. This is your doorway. 1. Lift up to the shoulder and pull over. It should be honestly said that it should be easy, or it should be harder to throw a feather than your partner. He may not have that same interpretation.
No.
But notice how he's landing. He's doing very good at kemi. Okay? Solo-wise, for these 2 techniques, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Notice my hips literally come right in front of him. That's for ogoshi. Sayonage. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3. Last throw for this lesson, because then we're transitioning into the weapons part. Okay, so as he's coming in, we're going back to our clench. Okay, we have a few different options that we can go into. 1, we now have a huge opening. Okay, I'm going to have to turn in here. Okay, from right here, I'm going to secure, legs coming underneath. Same exact thing. Then popping the knee, but notice in each one of these throws, the hip was in alignment. Okay, it was where it had to be a barrier between him and me. Okay, the slash throw is Tayatoshi. So, as we're going through, 1, and popping the knee out. Literally, boom, boom. That's literally what you're doing at the same time taking the person over. 1, 2, and over. Pretty fun. Okay, so one more time for all 3. Ogoshi. 1. Now smooth. 2. Sayonage. That was good control. That's master level. More fluid. And Ayatoshi. Slowly. Now, fluidly. One more time. Slippery mat. Again, it's 107